I'm not going to lie to anyone on this subject. I am worried about the Snyder Cut. I have no idea how they're going to pull this off. But before I explain why I'm worried about it, maybe I should just explain what the Snyder Cut actually is. Think back to 2017. Remember that one DCEU movie, Justice League? Well, the world had a lot of issues with that film. General consensus, it was pretty bad. The movie had rushed the character arcs, had very poor CGI, and a convoluted plot overall. Now, how could this happen with such a big and important movie? Well, it can be mostly chalked up to unclear direction. Before they even started filming, Zack Snyder had several different ways the story of the film could go. Unfortunately, none of his visions were realized because Snyder had to mostly step back from the production due to personal matters. But Snyder still had his own variation of the final film that was compiled up of twice the runtime, alternative takes, and a different tone in general. He could have changed the entire context of the film if he was able to, and salvage it like he wanted to. But that's not what happened. Instead, we got the pretty awful Justice League movie we all know and kind of hate. So, that's why when fans heard about Zack Snyder's variation, they were understandably upset, which is where the viral hashtag #ReleaseTheSnyderCut began. Over the next 3 years, the hashtag was everywhere. It got put on any of DC and Warner Brothers' official social media posts. It got to the point even the cast of the movie joined the movement. And then, sometime around early 2020, the Snyder Cut was actually greenlit and it's actually going to be coming out. Zack Snyder is being given approximately $25 million to re-release the film in the way that he would have wanted to do it. Keep in mind that is $25 million to clean up and even create new CGI segments, finish stitching and editing, and for paying the cast. Here's the catch, most of the set pieces were sold or put into deep storage. So as of right now, Snyder isn't allowed to do any reshoots of the film or any new scenes. He can only use the cast for voiceovers and dubs. So now you're up to date with what the Snyder Cut is and what's going to be happening with it. So why am I worried and what are my main concerns? Well, two things really, accessibility and if it will even matter. What I mean by accessibility is, where are we even going to see this film and in what form? Well, we know we're almost absolutely going to see the cut on the streaming service HBO Max. I mean, thank God they didn't try to force it to be a DC Universe exclusive. But that still doesn't answer what form the cut will be in, and right now there are really just two different ways they could do it. Have it be about a 5-hour movie or a 6-episode miniseries. It's all up in the air right now, but I'm personally leaning towards miniseries, which brings me to my second concern. Will people even care? I mean, sure, the fans who joined in the petition and used the hashtag will watch it, but what about the general audience? All I'm saying is that the marketing team is going to have to whip up some magic to get enough people intrigued and interested for the Snyder Cut to be worthwhile. And I hope they do. Believe me, I want this operation to be successful just as much as the next DC nut. I'm not just so sure it'll get the recognition it deserves. But let's be honest, the Snyder Cut will 100% be worth it just to see Superman's black suit. I mean, come on, that thing is just rad.